Good morning, everybody. I wanted to put a message in the air this morning. Um, the message is basically about setting goals and setting reachable goals. I find that when we talk about setting goals or start setting goals, we tend to set ourselves up for failure in the beginning because we set goals that's not reachable. I get that you want to get to certain points in your life, but you have to start by setting smaller goals first. At least I know that works for me. I try to put myself in a position where I'm setting smaller goals so I can actually reach those goals, and I'll see, you know, pretty much the growth and the success that I'm having from being able to check that goal off and continue to keep on going. I feel like the smaller your goals are, the more attainable and reachable they are for you. Instead of setting a goal and saying, "Oh well, I want to be rich in a year," it's like dang on well that's not a attainable goal for you at this point in your life. So set a goal that okay, well, in 2 years I want to make sure I've put in the hard work and I've said my prayers and I've done the things that's needed for me to actually get my degree, or in a year I want to get a certain certificate, or in a year I want to pick up a certain trade, or you know in a year or 6 months to a year I want to start my own business, or in a couple months I want to put myself in a position where I'm able to start a business, or start a YouTube channel. Whatever those smaller goals are, you're setting them so you can say, okay, I reached that goal, now I can move on to the next goal. You don't want to continue to put yourself in a position where you're constantly digging a deeper and deeper hole for yourself, where you're not able to reach the goals that you're setting for yourself, and then you feel like you're failing. If you set goals that that you could possibly reach, then that way you can continue to set bigger goals. I've always had a goal of in 2 to 3 years, I want to be able to buy my own house, or I want to put myself in a position where, I'm seeking entrepreneurship and I'm making the right moves and making the right decisions to set myself up to reach those goals. But, I'm not taking and putting failure out of the equation either, because I know there's going to be certain things that I fail at, but it's not about the failure, because though I know those failures will teach me a lesson and I'll learn from that lesson and move forward. You have to learn how to take, and any negative that happens in your life, you have to learn how to see the positive in it. A lot of times we tend to, all we see is the negative behind it, but a lot of times most things that happen in our life, there's always a positive behind it, and we just have to dig deep and find that positive in it. You may be working at a job that you just feel like you're unhappy at, and it's just not for you, but there's a positive in it. You got to look at it like, okay, well, I got that experience and I was able to do this and I was able to do that. You can take that experience to a different job, or you can take what you've learned and go and apply it somewhere else, because there's a reason for everything. And, actions speak louder than words. And that's, pretty much what our goals are about. You can't pray for something and then don't want to put any action behind it. Of course, God is going to meet you. And 9 times out of 10, he tends to give us the 90, and we got to try to come with the 10%. But you got to be willing to give to get. You're only going to get what you put out. If you don't put out anything, then you won't get anything. So, you got to be able to put some action behind those goals. We all have dreams, but you got to be willing to, actually go out and apply yourself to reach those dreams and reach those goals. So, never set yourself up for failure automatically. You want to be able to, appease the things that you're setting yourself up for. Be able to attain those goals and put yourself in a position to say, okay, well, I reached that. Now it's time for something bigger. Or I reached that, and before you know it, because we all know time don't wait on nobody. Before you know it, you'll be and reach the goals that you never thought you'd reach. So don't put yourself in a box, and don't set yourself up for failure. Always set yourself up to succeed. So, you don't want to be your own worst enemy, and we all know how that can be. So, try to be your biggest critic, but also your biggest hard worker. You want to put yourself in a position where you're able to succeed, and set those goals where you're actually able to reach them, instead of putting yourself in a position to just keep failing and failing and failing. Because failing, in my opinion, it adds stress, unwanted depression, and all types of burdens and problems that no one needs. So set goals, stay positive, always try to find a positive in whatever negative that you may be having, that you're going through, or that's going on in your life. Have a great day, and keep a smile on your face no matter what.